where we focus on linguistic fluency, the ability to access and express language rapidly and effectively. Today's topic, verbal fluency brain exercises, rapid word retrieval and cognitive flexibility training, is crucial because the quality of your verbal output directly reflects the speed and organization of your thinking. A slower word retrieval is often a bottleneck for your intelligence. We'll explore targeted brain exercises that act as a high-speed defragmentation for your mental lexicon, strengthening the connections for rapid word retrieval and cognitive flexibility. This skill will make you a faster thinker, a clearer communicator, and a more articulate speaker, all within your daily 15-minute commitment. We've all experienced the sheer frustration of the tip of the tongue, or TOT phenomenon. That moment a name or a concept is just out of reach, but you know it. This isn't necessarily a failure of memory, it's a failure of retrieval speed. Your entire thought process bottlenecks when you can't access the right word fast enough. The consequence is that your brilliantly conceived ideas can come across as hesitant or less articulate, losing their impact in a critical conversation or meeting. The why behind the why is that the pathways connecting the concept to the sound of the word have weakened due to disuse or lack of high-speed challenge. The core problem is that our daily language use is too passive and predictable. To sharpen our brain, we need brain exercises that force the rapid, high-intensity searching of our mental lexicon. Verbal fluency is defined as the ability to produce spoken or written words with speed, flexibility, and minimal pausing. It is measured in two main ways: phonemic fluency, words starting with a specific letter, and semantic fluency, words within a specific category. Our crucial mythbuster is that verbal fluency is not just about having a large vocabulary. The fact is, it's about the speed and flexibility with which you can retrieve the words you already know. Why is this distinction so important for a sharp brain? Because it is a direct measure of your cognitive flexibility, your ability to switch efficiently between different search strategies in your brain's memory folders. The brain sharpening comes from forcing the prefrontal cortex to rapidly impose and monitor these retrieval constraints, activating the language centers like the Broca's area under pressure, making the whole system run cleaner and faster. Training your verbal fluency grants you three major superpowers with immediate transferable benefits. First, faster thought formulation. When you remove the language bottleneck, your ideas can flow out as quickly as they form. Why is this a superpower? Because the rate at which you retrieve language directly dictates the speed of your internal monologue and problem solving. This allows you to think and react more quickly in real time. Second, you gain enhanced cognitive flexibility. These exercises forced your brain to rapidly switch between phonemic and semantic search rules like a mental rubber band. The why behind that why is that this cross-categorization strengthens the frontotemporal connections necessary for adapting to new, complex situations. Third, you dramatically increase your persuasive power. Fluent, articulate speech conveys confidence and authority. By minimizing those awkward pauses and word searches, your communication becomes more impactful and authoritative. Our foundational technique for maximizing your fluency gains is the CSV method: constraint, switch, validate. This technique is designed to systematically vary the retrieval rules to achieve maximum cognitive flexibility. Step 1 is C, constraint, for 2 minutes. Impose a strict, unusual rule that forces a difficult search. For example, instead of just words starting with B, try words starting with L and ending with E, like little or label. Step 2 is S, switch, for 2 minutes. Immediately pivot to a highly divergent, difficult rule. If you are doing a phonemic constraint, switch to a tight semantic constraint, like words in the metal category only. This how within the how of rapid high-resistance switching is the key to flexibility. Step 3 is V. Validate for 1 minute. Quickly review your list to check for uniqueness and ensure every word is strictly adhered to the constraint. This metacognitive step trains your self-monitoring skills and ensures you're not cheating your brain of its workout. Let's begin with the first 2 minutes of the CSV method. C. Constraint. Your goal is to engage your phonemic fluency under compound resistance. Set a 2-minute timer. Your primary task is to write down as many words as you can that start with the letter P. Here is the key constraint. Every second word must contain a double T somewhere in it. Example, pretty, pattern, potato. You are forcing your brain to search the phonemic folder, P, while simultaneously imposing a structural constraint, TT. This rapidly increases the cognitive load, transforming a simple vocabulary game into a high-resistance brain exercise. Pause the video and try it now. Focus on speed and adherence to the rule. If you experienced moments of stuttering or pausing while trying to find the next word with the double T constraint, you were successfully applying compound resistance. This drill maximally taxes your Broca's area and the left frontal lobe, the command center for language production. Why is this compound constraint more effective than a simple constraint? Because it forces your executive function to hold and monitor 2 rules simultaneously, strengthening the connections for cognitive switching. The effort of maintaining the alternating sequence is the actual brain exercise. The poorly done approach is to let the difficulty make you give up the double T rule. The well-done approach is to successfully alternate between the simple P word and the difficult P plus double T word, generating the maximum retrieval tension needed for neuroplastic change. Now, we apply the crucial S-switch step. You must immediately pivot from the phonemic P constraint to a purely semantic constraint. This is the ultimate test of your cognitive flexibility. Set a new 2-minute timer. Your task is to write down as many words as you can that fit the category abstract concepts related to human emotion. This is a deep search into a specific mental folder. Here is your constraint. No words ending in IT. Example, empathy, anger, jealousy. But you must avoid felicity or curiosity. This constraint forces your brain to search the semantic folder while simultaneously monitoring a structural negative rule, further maximizing the resistance and sharpening your ability to navigate the mental lexicon quickly and accurately. Pause the video and try it now. Give this rapid switch your absolute focus. If you felt a momentary mental whiplash after the switch, congratulations, you successfully triggered a high-demand transition. The effort you felt was your brain rapidly disengaging the phonemic or sound-based search system and engaging the semantic, meaning-based search system rooted in your Wernicke's area. Why is this switch vital? Because true intelligence requires rapid cognitive pivoting. This drill is the cognitive equivalent of looking up a word by its first letter to looking it up in a dictionary by its topic. The how within the how is the inhibitory constraint. Blocking the ity words forces your brain to search the folder for alternatives. The poorly done approach is to list simple, concrete feelings. The well-done approach is to dig for complex, abstract concepts like resentment or serenity, demonstrating deep semantic flexibility. This skill enhances your ability to shift perspectives and solve problems creatively. It is time for our final consolidated recall exercise. Pause the video now and retrieve the answers to these 3 key questions about verbal fluency. Welcome back. Let's review the deep knowledge. The specific myth we debunked is that verbal fluency is just about knowing big words. The fact is, it's about speed and flexibility. The CSV acronym stands for Constraint, Switch, Validate, and its purpose is to systematically impose and manage varying degrees of retrieval difficulty. Finally, the 2 core fluency types are phonemic fluency and semantic fluency. Pause the video and recall those 3 answers one final time. The myth is big words. CSV is constraint, switch, validate. And the types are phonemic and semantic. Excellent work. The grand conclusion from this lecture is that linguistic clarity and expressive power are a direct result of practiced cognitive flexibility. You now have the full CSV method to immediately transform your word retrieval and communication speed. Your action plan is to dedicate 5 to 7 minutes daily to using the CSV method, always forcing that high-resistance constraint and the rapid switch. This consistent, deliberate practice will eliminate those frustrating tip-of-the-tongue moments, making you a faster, sharper, and more confident communicator.